Hey everybody, that's Duke. That's the madnessing dog. Hi Duke.
He's my dog. Hello.
He's a bongo playing dog. Right, Duke? But we're not here for Duke. We're not here for the bongo either. We're here for comic books. And sorry about last week. Like I said, we had a whole bunch of things go wrong last week. A lot of things went wrong last week. But we're back. It's Thursday night. Ta-da! And boy, do I got stuff on my mind. But stuff that's not comic book related, so we're going to have to wait for me to get getting some rants done, because there's so much. I mean, you got Russian politics, the Middle East, my jackass neighbors who think having a fridge by their front door is perfectly normal. I kid you not.
Yeah.
Google my house, and you'll see that my neighbor...
Oh, well, no, you can't, because they haven't updated our street in
Oh,
years.
they should. Well, if you did, you'd find that our neighbor thinks it's okay to have a fridge next to their front door. Plugged in, mind you. And they don't like us because our fence is covered in ivy. We just had our ivy trimmed down next to nothing because they complained. Yep, these are people who don't pick up dog poop after their own dog. But I digress. We will rant about those things some other time. We're going to talk about comic books tonight. And I guess we're going to start off with Marvel. So, hi Shane, Mark, Barry, Aaron, Nick, Kelly, everybody else. Hey, we're here. So Marvel, shall we? Okay, I'm going to take these off because I don't need them when I'm not reading. Yes, unfortunately, after last week's visit to the eye doctors, I have to go for more eye testing. Until then, I need glasses to read. But, who cares about that, right? I've had enough crap this year. 2 car accidents, tons of bills, but whatever. Camera's dying. Marvel! Okay, I don't normally pick this up. Spider-Man books, I got tired of it, but I did pick up the Superior Spider-Man. The prelude to the Spider-Verse. Edge of the Spider-Verse. To me, I look at this as being, it's going to be a what-if story. That's what I thought, because I did see the preview artwork for Gwen, Spider-Woman, whatever. That looked pretty interesting. I'm going through it. I must admit, I will pick up the Spider-Verse stuff just to see the different cool Spider-Mans, but we know how it's going to end, because we know Octo leaves Peter Parker's body. So, we kind of know how it's going to end in the end. Alright, New Warriors. It was okay. I feel like they've dumbed down the stories a bit. This seems like more like a teenager's book now than what it used to be. But then again, that's they wanted it to be a teenager's book, so it is. I still don't like the artwork, but I do like the writing. And this is a really good issue for the story, Moon Knight. If only we had more quality art. I mean, some people like the scratchiness. I find it just brings it down a little bit. And on Marvel's point, the reprints, Miracle Man. The kid done a better cover. But it's Miracle Man. We've all picked it up. We've all read in the past. Not for everybody. This is the graphic childbirth issue.
Yeah.
That's right. Alright, Black Widow. Beautiful cover. It's probably one of the best covers of the week. And it happens to be Marvel's best cover of the week. Yes, this is Marvel's best cover of the week. Artwork. Sorry. Yes, Mac?
Don't chase the cat, Duke.
Mac's commenting. Mac liked this one. Okay, I'm hooked on a feeling. Guardians of the Galaxy, Legends of Star-Lord. Fun read. I'm enjoying this series. The Punisher. The artwork's not great, but I like that the Punisher sort of back to his original roots. And getting close to the chopping block. I'm trying to like it.
Iron Fist, the living
I'm trying to like it. Alright, New Avengers. Art's okay. Story is, what's my favorite word? Predictable. Alright, a lot of talk about how Thor is going to be a woman. The current issue, Thor versus and Loki in the 10th realm. I think this sort of sets it up. Here's a spoiler. They hint that Thor has a sister. Hint.
Thor could be a girl. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, if we're going to start gender bending every single character...
I'm just saying.
It's just, Wonder Woman's going to be a man, Wonder Boy, and...
That'd be funny.
You know,
in the same outfit, too? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, okay, my whole point is, that there's some things, I mean, as a fan of mythology, I'm insulted by it.
But as a comic book, it could be a girl.
Okay, as a comic book, they could have. There's so many other Norse goddesses.
That's true.
I mean, Sif herself is a goddess who kicks butt. They have Valkyrie. It's kind of like they're just trying to do a marketing ploy. Oh, look, Thor's a girl now. They just do a comic book on Valkyrie. She's pretty cool herself. It's one of those things where, I'd be like saying, okay, we're going to take Buddha and make Buddha a very skinny Russian guy. Doesn't work well, does it? It's just, there's some things you have to show respect to mythology, and I think Thor's one of them. I don't like the thought of making him a girl unless it's his sister who picks up the hammer while he's healing or something.
And then she's more worthy or
I
whatever.
mean, remember they've changed Thor out before. They had Thor as Bela Ray Bill, and guess what happened? They got tired of that. Thor was a frog. They got tired of that.
Thor was a frog?
Yeah. Don't expect Thor to remain as a girl for long. That's all I'm saying. It's a marketing ploy for Marvel. All right, Hulk versus Iron Man. Predictable. Very predictable. Now, the next two are ones that cute Montreal girl normally reads. And you know what? I have to admit, for kids' comic books, they're really good. I love the coloring. Figment.
Colored by Monsieur Boyle.
Yeah. And, of course, his best buddy, his name is Groot. Rocket Raccoon. Once more, probably the best colorist in comic books. Sorry, Bernie. You're a great colorist, but this guy's doing stuff that people like, and right now, Duke is trying to chew on a slipper.
Duke.
Really? George's having a dog, folks.
A puppy.
Right. Let me just show you. Look at the beautiful color. And there's Groot, of course, because, he is Groot. Alright, now the big thing for Marvel this week, and people might hate me for this, I did buy it. Thanos Infinity Revelation. Jim Starlin. Oh, okay, I love Jim Starlin's work. I've always liked his Adam Warlock stuff. When I first saw this, I thought, okay, it's a reprint. It's not. It's an original graphic novel. It's supposed to be the perfect Infinity Realm sum up. Okay, I like the fact they bring back Adam Warlock, but for the most part, the story in here, it felt like recap. It felt like it was totally out of place with everything else. All it really does is make a big hint that Marvel's going to do a new 52 Marvel. That's what it feels like. They're talking about this big change. They did it in this book. Yes, according to this book, Adam Warlock never changed his uniform, ever. Because Thanos changed things. So, beautiful artwork. Story was very disappointing. Honestly, most people wait for a soft cover. It really wasn't worth the price of a hardcover. It really wasn't. Sorry, Jim. I love your artwork, but this let me down big time. And that's it for the Marvels. Okay, DC time, right? Right off the bat, Batwing. Artwork was a bit downer. Cover was a bit boring as well. Okay, the next stuff I'm going to do right off the bat is we have two Action Comics. We have Action Comics and the annual. Oh,
you look so excited.
Kind of on the boring side. Artwork wasn't bad, but kind of on the boring side. Speaking of boring, this was probably the most boring issue of this comic book. Phantom Stranger. Okay, DC, I know you guys don't know what you're doing, but have some common sense. Make this a Vertigo title so you can actually make it a dark book, a book that actually would be a little bit more interesting. I'm just saying, it's really kind of on the boring side for a dark character. Or a character that's supposed to be, sort of that mystical, more adult kind of storyline. I was just like, really? Hey, Batman Detective. It was an okay read. And of course, Superman, Wonder Woman comic book. Kind of like the Action comic books, was kind of predictable and boring. Batman Eternal. It was okay. I actually give it some props. Better than number 1, Grayson. Just a bit better. Green Arrow. Why am I still buying this comic book?
For the habit?
Yeah, I think so. I've yet to read an issue of this and go, wow! It just doesn't work for me. Aquaman and the Others. Not a bad read. Good artwork. Consistent. Okay, I'm going to save that one for the end. I'll do it now. This is DC's best cover of the week. It is. It's a shame the story inside. Shane, I think you'll agree with me on this issue. Swamp Thing. Great cover. Beautiful cover. I love this cover. The story on the inside. Maybe because I grew up reading the Alan Moore Swamp Things and the Bernie Wrightson Swamp Things, I read this and I keep on thinking, When's it gonna get good? Okay, Green Lantern. It was a good read. It's Green Lantern. Fairly regular. Earth 2! Yes, there can only be one Superman! Big spoiler! Me am Superman! Hint, hint! Yeah, it's... Future's End. Very predictable. Now this one from DC is my last DC book, apart from the Vertigo titles. I actually enjoyed this series. It's actually enjoyable. Justice League 3000. My only beef is, I don't mind having the Girl Flash, but I also want the Barry Flash too, because I like how the future Barry was interacting with the future Al Jordan. I like that. I'll bring it back, please. So, guys at DC, keep this going, but bring back the, the guy Barry too. It'd be nice. All right, Ferris, always a good read. Simple as that. And that's it for the DCs. Now we're on to the alternates. I've mixed them up this week for obvious reasons, because I want to talk about some in different orders. Right off the bat, one of Allison's insert comic books, Alex Nada, Luna Brothers, very good, nice book, fun read. A little slow-paced. Kind of slow-paced, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to give a shout-out to Kick-Ass 3. This was a very good way of wrapping up the series. I'm pretty sure we're done with Kick-Ass, especially if you read the issue. There's a big ending that kind of says, hey, this is it. But, especially after that movie came out, which wasn't that great, wasn't that bad, the series has kind of been doing this in popularity. This is a good way to end it, and end it on a good note. So I do recommend, if you've been a Kick-Ass fan, you'll like this one.
The dog was cute.
Yes, the dog was cute. Okay, here's a spoiler. I'm going to show you this spoiler. It's kind of fun. They actually did, end credits at the end, which was kind of funny. So, these characters were played by these characters. It's kind of funny. Nice touch. Now, I talked about this one a while ago when it first came out, and number 2's out, and I'm definitely telling people, buy this comic book. The Spread. I am really enjoying this one. It's a good read. Oh, I must admit, I was a little bored. God is Dead. It's a cool splash cover, but I think the series better start amping up its quality a little bit, because it's putting too many issues come out too fast, and it's losing my interest a bit. Series that is constantly good. I also bought the, guess what, the double cover, Uber. Yes, what if Nazis have superpowers and yet have superpowers fighting superpowers? This is a more realistic version of if people had superpowers during World War II. It's pretty good, actually. I enjoyed the read. A lot of people didn't like it when it first came out, but you have to look past the Nazi imagery and realize it's not a book about Nazis, it's a book about fighting Nazis. And, I always said, there's only one kind of good Nazi, and it's a...
Dead one.
That's right. Okay, Cyberforce, the only book I pick up from Top Cow, only because they did the best marketing thing ever. The first 5 issues were free, got me hooked on the book again. The artwork is always wonderful. The story this month has been a little bit talky-talky, but still a good read. Okay, this is the one that Mad Monchalgo was reading, forgot about. I had to read instead, because she can't remember it. The Daymen. Yes, the butler, or a caregiver of vampires. It's an interesting storyline, better than Twilight any day. Could actually be a series. I'm just giving a hint to the people out there in movie land. Fun artwork. Story's okay. Dead letters. And even though I stopped buying this a long time ago, I actually decided to start picking it up again. It's a mini-series. Usagi Yojimbo. It's a double cover. Here's a hint. Interesting. 6 issues. Pick it up. I mean, if you don't like Usagi, just pick it up because, as I talked about before, Stan needs help. He needs to make some money again. This has been one of the guys around comic books for ages. So buy this book. If you don't read it, buy it and give it to a kid. I'm just saying. Go buy this book. Shane, you'll agree with me on this one. This is probably the best artist to actually draw this character. It's the only time I actually pick it up. It's The Shadow by Chaykin. That's how you draw the Shadow. Very good read. Okay, that one was saved near the end. Lazarus. Typical good read. Okay, my alternate cover of the week goes to Squitter. Beautiful artwork. I actually really like this book. It's kind of one of those dark stories. You have painted artwork on the inside. I do recommend this for people who like that book that's a slightly different quality. Pick this one up. One of Mad Montreal Girl's books. actually getting better. Suicide Risk.
There's been 16 of them?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You haven't read, I think you stopped reading at number 12 and you can't remember them, so you'll have to catch up.
Oh.
Okay, Valiant did a pull-out thingy. Typical freebie, kind of boring. It's really plugging Quantum and Woody. Why? It sucks. But we still have, of course, Harbinger Omegas. And I hate to say that I was disappointed in it. Okay, from IDW, Rogue Trooper, the classics. Fun read. Anyone in the UK knows what I'm talking about. Anyone who's been around comic books as long as I have knows that Rogue Trooper's always been a fun 2000 AD type character. And Duke, do you really do the squeeze toy right now? Yeah, squeeze toy time. Squeeze it harder. Squeeze toy time. It's squeeze toy break. Squeeze it.
Just to talk over it.
Just remember, we don't script any of this. Alright. You done? You done? Are you done? Are you done?
He's not going to be done.
He'll be done by doing this. Duke! Tennis ball! Okay, the next one's a new number 1, which will tie into my all-around cover of the week. It's a really cool cover itself. Captain Victory. As a lot of people know, I'm a Kirby nut. I love Kirby. Kirby is the real father of all comic books. People think Stan Lee's the greatest guy. You know what? Do your research. You realize Jack Kirby created more characters than anybody else. Period. I've been fortunate enough to be compared to him. Not for my art style, I wish I was that good, but for the fact that I have a good knack for creating characters. Check out my pages, on Facebook. Comic Book Concepts or Paradox Concepts. This is on some of my artwork. But this was actually a good... Okay, right now, I need to talk. You can wait. You can wait. You can wait too. You behave. There's been quite a few relaunches of Kirby stuff in the past. Some have been so-so. Some have tried too hard just to try to be that Kirby character. This is taking a Kirby concept, keeping the spirit of it, and reimagine it. I do recommend Captain Victory. I actually really enjoyed this read. Which leaves me one last book. It's the all-around cover of the week. It's not the greatest cover, but I think it's one of the best homage covers I've seen in a long time. It's along the lines of Kirby. This is a very Kirby-esque like comic book. It's not based on any Kirby characters I know. But when I read it, it felt like I was reading, this is someone who's read Kirby, loves Kirby, and understands Kirby's kind of writing style and so forth. I was actually shocked. It's not as good as Kirby's artwork, but when I started reading it, I started finding that, this is actually a book I'm actually looking forward to number 2. Yes, basically, Night World. Hey, the dog agrees. This is the best cover of the week, just because of the fact, I really like the fact that... Excuse me, I have a squeaky toy in my bum.
Oh, gosh.
Not scripted. This is the House of Madness. But yeah, I do recommend this book, especially if you're a Kirby fan. You actually won't be disappointed. And that's basically it for tonight. What? What do you want to say? You have nothing to say? Okay. He wants the squeaky toy back. That's okay, but it's stuck. We'll be back next week. Looking forward to catching up on some rants and stuff. Check our YouTube for that. We might be putting some up soon. Comic books next week. More movies coming soon. Oh yeah, wait, one last thing. I saw a movie tonight. I'm actually going to give people a hint to look this up and find it. It's called Space Milkshake. Just watch it. It's one of those weird Canadian movies, science fiction. But when you... Okay, I'll just give you a hint. George Takei does the voice of Gary. Okay? Watch it. That's pretty much all I got to say. I've got a couple other movies I've watched on DVD, but nothing worth talking about right now. And I guess we'll see you guys next week. Good night.